If you live in a normal UK house, a terrace, a semi, a flat, you don't have a basement, you don't have a garage, and you definitely don't have a prep room. So where do you put your supplies without turning your hallway into a corner shop or your bedroom into a storage unit? Today I'm going to show you 12 real low profile places to store essentials in a small UK home, the kind of hiding spots that keep things tidy, keep them dry, and keep you looking normal. And just to be crystal clear, this is about staying organised and secure, not hiding anything illegal. It's hide from clutter, not hide from the law. Welcome back to Charlie Survival. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people don't fail at preparedness because they're lazy. They fail because their house is too small, their partner hates the clutter, and the first bit of damp turns small prep into mouldy rubbish. So in this video, I'm going to give you 12 storage spots that work in UK homes, even if you've got zero space. The simple 3-layer system that stops you storing everything in one obvious place. And 3, the #1 rule that prevents damp, pests, and wasted money. Quick one before we start. If you live in a small UK place and you're trying to stay prepared without looking like a madman, comment below. And comment a hiding spot that you don't use but might help other people. And if you want more UK specific realistic preparedness and survival, hit subscribe. Right, let's get into it. The 3-layer system. Before the 12 hiding spots, here's the system that makes them work. Layer 1, every day. What you actually use week to week. Layer 2, deep. The boring backbone, tins, rice, pasta, hygiene, batteries. Layer 3, grab. One small bag or box you can lift in 10 seconds if you need to leave, or you want everything in one place during a blackout. Most people do the opposite. They keep everything in one cupboard. It overflows and then it becomes obvious, messy and annoying. Spread it out and suddenly you can store weeks of supplies in a normal house without anyone clocking it. Now, 12 ways to hide your supplies in a small UK house. The layered pantry, don't store it all in one place. Have you ever opened a kitchen cupboard and it's like an avalanche, packets falling out, tins stacked like Jenga, and you instantly think this isn't sustainable? Most people try to fix that by buying more organisers and it still fails because the problem isn't the organiser. The problem is you're asking your kitchen to do the job of your entire house. So here's what I do. The kitchen is layer 1, everyday use. Keep it clean. 1 row of tins, 1 row of dry food, nothing heroic. Then the deep pantry lives somewhere else, and the payoff is this: when the kitchen looks normal, you don't feel like you're prepping, you just feel organised. That's spot #1, the layered pantry. Under bed rolling crates, the UK classic. Let me ask you something, how much space is under your bed right now? Because for most people it's wasted, or it's full of random rubbish that you'll never touch. Here's the move, turn that dead space into quiet storage. Shallow rolling crates or heavy duty zip bags, and the important word is sealed. What goes in here? Toilet roll, kitchen roll, bin bags, spare towels, bulk toiletries, tins you don't need daily. If you live anywhere damp or coastal, chuck in a couple of moisture absorbers and you're laughing. You just gained an entire cupboard without a single visible change. That's spot 2, under bed rolling storage. If you want to see the exact kind of gear I use for UK preparedness and survival, torches, power banks, radios, water bits, the boring stuff that actually works, I've got my Charlie Survival Amazon kit list in the description. It's all in one place so you don't have to go hunting around. And straight after that, I've also got a free blackout checklist. You can download it from the pinned comment. It's a simple list you can tick off so you don't forget the basics. Now, back to it. Ottoman, lift up bed base, the normal person hide. Here's a question, what's the most socially accepted prep room you can own? It's not a bunker, it's not a bed with storage. An Ottoman bed or lift up base is basically a hidden room and nobody sees it unless they lift it. Still bulky stuff here, blankets, sealed food packets, emergency water pouches, spare clothing layers, first aid refills. Keep it boxed and labelled so you're not digging around like a raccoon at 2 AM. It looks like furniture but it behaves like a supply cupboard. That's spot 3. The holiday suitcase stash. If you've got a suitcase, you've got a hiding spot because nobody questions luggage. Most people keep suitcases in a wardrobe or the loft or forget about them. So make one suitcase your holiday kit that never actually goes on holiday. This is perfect for sealed dry supplies. Spare chargers, head torches, medical refills, thermal layers, food sachets, a small radio. Why it works. If someone's nosy, it still looks normal. Maximum storage, minimum attention, that's spot 4. The boring box shelf, wardrobe camouflage. You know those boxes everyone has that says cables, old paperworks, mics? That's not mess, that's camouflage. Pick 2 or 3 opaque boxes, label them boring and put them up high. Inside you store batteries, candles, matches, water filter, parts, hygiene, and anything small but important. One rule, don't store heat sensitive meds here if the room gets hot. The payoff is simple, nobody's curious about a box labelled spare cables. That's spot 5, boring boxes on a high shelf. Understairs cupboard, but done properly. Understair cupboards are either brilliant or they're a black hole. Most people stuff them with coats, hoovers, random bags, and it becomes chaos. So the trick is one cheap shelving unit, that's it. Bottom shelf, heavy tins. Middle shelf, dry food. Top shelf, paper goods and toiletries. Door organizer, torch, batteries, lighter, head torch, the stuff you'd actually want first in a blackout. One cupboard becomes your deep pantry without looking like a bunker. That's spot 6, and the next one is even sneakier because it uses part of the kitchen nobody ever thinks about. Kitchen plinth / kick space, low profile, low bulk. This one's sneaky, but we keep it sensible. Some kitchens have removable plinth that kickboard along the bottom. If yours does, you can store thin, sealed items in a flat container. Bin bags, foil, cling film, sachets, spare sponges, flat medical items. Rules. Keep it sealed, keep it away from heat sources, and don't mess with appliances or plumbing. The payoff, you get storage where nobody else looks. That's spot 7. Donation box, by the door, the fastest camouflage. Ever had that moment where you want things out of sight immediately? Visitors come in or you're just sick of clutter? Put a box somewhere sensible, hallway, wardrobe, and label it charity, vintage, car boots, old clothes. Inside you store non-food essentials, toiletries, wipes, spare batteries, emergency candles, small water bottles, pet supplies if you've got them. Why it works. It looks like a normal adult life box. The payoff is you can move supplies fast without raising eyebrows. That's spot 8. Behind the sofa or TV unit, the dead space. There's often a few inches behind a sofa or a TV unit that you never use. That's dead space, and dead space is gold in a small house. Use slim tubs and store water pouches, paper goods, blankets, bulk wipes. Most people miss this completely, but the next spot is even better because it becomes your grab zone without looking tactical. It's invisible storage that doesn't steal floor space. That's spot 9. Hallway utility cabinets, the normal person upgrade. If your hallway has any width, a slim utility cabinet is a cheat code. It looks like shoes, keys, umbrellas, but it can quietly hold your whole blackout kit. Top, torches, batteries, radio, candles. Middle, first aid and hygiene. Bottom, food you can eat cold, water, pet bits. Because it's in the hallway, it's the first thing you can grab if you need to move fast, or if the power drops and you want everything in one place instantly. The payoff is your entrance becomes a readiness station and it still looks normal. That's spot 10. Loft storage with UK rules. Lofts feel like infinite space until you realise they destroy supplies if you do it wrong. Heat in summer, cold in winter, damp all year. So here's the loft rule, only store items that don't care about temperature swings. Toilet roll, kitchen roll, sealed toiletries, spare bedding, empty containers, camping layers. Avoid chocolates, heat-sensitive medicines, anything you want quick access to. Use sealed totes and put them on boards so they're not sitting on insulation. The payoff is you use loft space without wasting money. That's spot 11. And the last one is how you get extra storage without risking your whole stash. Outdoor grey storage, only for the right stuff. If you've got a shed, a deck box, or even a waterproof outdoor storage bench, that's a massive opportunity, but we keep it smart. This is not where you store your main food. This is where you store bulky, non-food gear, tarps, ponchos, spare gloves, cheap boots, cordage, spare blankets in dry bags. Outdoor storage has higher theft risk and higher damp risk, so you put stuff there that won't ruin your life if it gets compromised. The payoff, you expand storage while keeping the deep pantry safe inside. That's spot 12. Quick what not to do. Before we wrap up, here are 4 mistakes that will wreck your prep fast. Don't store food under a leaky sink or anywhere damp. Don't block electrics, boilers, vents or escape routes. Don't store fuels or gas canisters indoors. Don't put all your meds in the loft. Keep essentials accessible and within safe temperatures. Preparedness is meant to make life more calmer, not more dangerous. So if you live in a small UK house, here's the takeaway. You don't need more space, you need a system. Use the 3 layers every day, deep grab, then spread your supplies through normal, boring, invisible spaces, under the bed, under the stairs, in boring boxes, in a holiday suitcase, behind furniture, in the loft only for the right items, and outdoors only for low-risk gear. If this helped you, hit the like button and subscribe for more UK preparedness and survival content. And comment below one idea that you don't use that others might find useful to hide their preps. If you want the exact gear I trust for UK readiness, my Charlie Survival Amazon kit list is linked in the description. It's all there in one place, and don't forget the free blackout checklist in the pinned comment. Download it, tick it off, and you'll instantly feel more in control. Now, watch this video on screen where I spend £1,000 making my car crisis proof. Click it and I'll see you over there.